Hello, my beautiful friends. This is Rachel Archelaus, and today I want to talk to you about how you are an upgraded being. Yay! Woohoo! You have been promoted. You are fabulous. You're divine. You're perfect. I want to talk about how you can relate to this world in a way that is both compassionate and very self-centered, and what that will mean for your anxiety level and your pain and what you think you need to do in this world and all sorts of stuff. So stick with me if you want to hear my experience of this, what it's like to be a human right now in this kind of awareness that we can choose our reality and that we are upgrading ourselves and that new energy is available to us. Because I have a lot of people in my life who don't see things this way and who are very set about how life works. And I'm noticing the divide growing. I'm noticing there are two kinds of people right now, basically people who want there to be conflict, who want to talk about it, who want to see things in a very three-dimensional way, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But then there's also people who want to own the fact that we create our reality, that we have more power than we could possibly dream of, and those people who want to be positive and live more into their truth. And there's like this clash happening if you're trying to hold on to the other world. So it's very easy right now to be in both camps. So you could have certain issues that are in one camp and certain issues that are in other. But if you're of the awareness that you want to be living in the I create my reality world all the time, and you have other people in your life that don't, it can be very trying. And there's some insidiousness happening, not in a bad way. None of this is bad, but there's a lot of stuff I'm seeing out there about clearing and healing and karma and all sorts of things, and we can play that game if we want. We can, and there's nothing wrong with it. We can play in the game of there's something that needs to be healed in me, or we can simply acknowledge that we are divine, perfect, amazing light beings and choose love, choose perfection. And so I want to get into this a little bit, and I have a story to tell you about some pigs that I saw on the highway. So we're going to start there, and this may be a little uncomfortable for some of you, but I had a really big revelation before the pig thing happened. I was on the road. I just drove from Phoenix, Arizona to Oxford, Connecticut, and it was a 2,500 mile drive. It took me 7 days, and it was extreme. There, I drove through blizzards, I drove through major historic flooding, I drove through severe winds and rain, and it was kind of crazy. But along the way, I saw a lot of cows. Lots and lots and lots of cows. So many cows. And I had this like heart connection with them, that they are just so amazing cows. Oh my God, I had no idea how incredible these creatures are. And I understand why they're a sacred animal in India, because you just feel this beautiful contentment and love and like honoring of Mother Earth. And I'd never truly connected with them in that way before, but every time I would pass a cow, and it's spring, so a lot of them had babies like laying in the grass next to them, and it was just so beautiful. And I realized, you know, Earth right now has so much going on. We are going through so much upheaval and turmoil and upgrade, and I mean, it's just amazing. It's all this perfection, even though it looks like chaos. So many beings wanted to be present for this. I mean, countless. There's people on waiting lists, like a lot of beings from other places and from heaven, whatever you believe in, wanted to be here on Earth right now. And it's amazing that I didn't really connect with this before, but again, perfect timing. All of the animals in factory farms, all of the animals on those farms that I saw, all those cows I saw that are going to be food one day, they're here and they're choosing to be here for a limited time. It's not like all those cows want to go off and live in that pasture until they would naturally die of old age. They don't. They signed up for this to be here for a limited time. All the deer I saw and armadillos, God rest their soul, on the side of the road, which I saw plenty of, they just wanted to be here for a limited time. They have divine will too. They chose to exit their life when they did. I'm not pro eating animals. I'm not pro factory farming. I think people do whatever they want to do. I honor the person and the choice. But when we can take judgment, really take judgment out of this world and just let everyone do their thing, I think we find a whole new level of power for ourselves. Because when we have any kind of judgment outside of us, we have judgment inside of us. That's just the way it works, right? And so when we remove the judgment from the outer world, really and truly, even for the most abominable things, we release ourselves, and then we find so much more that we're capable of doing. So when we're in judgment, we're not even really able to fully access our power in order to help the things that we hate. When we release the judgment, now we have all this extra power and energy that we could devote to helping the things that we feel we are here to help. So here's the pig story. I was seeing cows in the fields. I was seeing animals on the side of the road, right? I came to this realization that everything's perfect. Those animals chose when to leave. It's great. And then I see in front of me a whole big long truck that is slatted. And I saw all these pig butts like stuffed up against the side. I could see their flesh kind of like bulging out between the slats. And I like, those pigs are going to get slaughtered. That is where they are going. They lived on a farm. God knows what kind of conditions they were in, but now they are on a truck and they are going to die, and they are going to go into somebody's supermarket as like some slab of bacon or pork chop or something. And I didn't have a lot of pain in the moment because I realized, okay, that's what those pigs wanted. But then I realized, again, these two kinds of people that I talked about earlier, there are pigs who are going to be slaughtered, and that's fine. And then there are the other beings here who know they are not those pigs. They know they are more awake than those pigs. They know that they want to do more. They want to be free. They don't want to follow the status quo. They don't want to be brought up as livestock, shown what to do, shuttled from task to task, from life period to life period, and then taken away and killed, right? That's not what they want. They don't want typical life. For instance, grow up, go to school, get indoctrinated, have a career, complain about the economy, eat crappy food all your life, and then go and die of cancer. That's not what they want, right? Hello, Jasper. Hi. You can be whatever you want to be in this world. You can be a pig, and you can decide you just want to be here. You just want to observe. You just want to live like a human would live. You just want to experience all of that. That's so gorgeous and beautiful. And even those people are helping the earth upgrade because they're bringing their original energy down into this earth plane. It's all fabulous. But I know for me, I've always felt different. I've always felt like that's not the life for me. I want something different. And if you are one of those people too, you know it. You're saying yes right now. You're feeling a little tingle like, ooh, maybe that is me. You're probably all not pig people if you're here listening to me at this point. What does that mean then? What does that mean if you know that you're different, if you know you don't want the normal life, if you know you want to make your own choices and access your own power? That means that your only responsibility to yourself is to listen. And you don't even have to do that. There's no requirement on you to do anything. You are perfect as you are. There is nothing you have to do. There are no shoulds. You don't have to do anything. But you probably want to, and you probably don't feel good unless you are pursuing your own truth. And that truth can look like anything. It's not going to look exactly like anyone else's truth. And that's what often makes it difficult. That is why knowing yourself is so paramount to being happy and fulfilled, and why using your intuition and your higher self in your decision making is so crucial if you want to follow your inner feelings to a good place. Because I know for me, when I don't listen to myself, I am not happy. My body tells me how on truth I am in any moment. And that's been really powerful in my life. I've done a lot of really weird things because I've had to listen to my truth. It's not even like I wanted to. I couldn't do it any other way. When I quit high school at 17, it's not like I wanted to leave high school. I tried very, very, very hard to work with the administration to let me do things a little bit differently so I could stay, and they didn't budge. And so I didn't have a choice. I had to leave. When I got married, even though that turned out to not really work out, I had to. There was no question about it that was the right thing for me to do. And thank goodness I did, because I learned so much about myself and who I am in the process of dealing with all of that. So your body, your intuition, your higher self, it's all you. It's all part of your bigger technology. But now more than ever, the training wheels are off. So where you used to have a lot of time between manifestation and how you felt, you could kind of be on autopilot. We don't really have that luxury anymore. Right now, things are happening so quickly. We have so much new energy available to us on this planet that whatever we're thinking and feeling and being in the moment is really affecting our outer world so quickly. And our perception of our world is so important, because there is no objectivity anymore. It doesn't exist. Look at what the government is doing right now. They think they're doing a great job, and they happen to be ignoring the humanity of most people on this in this country. But they don't care. Our perception of what is going on around us is the only thing that really matters. And so your technology, your body, your multidimensional self, the intersection of all of that, your intuition, you are in control. You are in control. We are not enslaved anymore. We don't have anything on top of us telling us what to do. There is a little bit of play between the outer world and our life, but for the most part, we are the remote control. And if you're not using your technology in the best way possible, you're going to feel it, and you're going to be very unhappy. And I see so many of my friends who are just in so much pain because they're still seeing the world as being victims, right? Like, we're victims of our government. We're victims of the weather. We're victims of disease. We're victims of all this stuff. But really, really, we're not. And it's so liberating to remove yourself from that victim role. And I'm still doing it. I still find things that I'm like, oh, wow, I'm really being a victim here. It's not like I'm perfect, but I see this happening all around me, and I see it happening with myself. And I know that I'm not a pig, and I know that I am the remote control, and that my perceptions create how I feel about my reality, and that the more I step into my truth, the happier and more free and more inspiring to others I am. That I kind of just want to keep doing that, and I kind of just want to keep telling you about it and reminding you about this, because your truth is the only thing that matters. Being self-centered, understanding who you are, what your center is. Like, for me, it's taken me in a lot of really cool places, a lot of places that were scary to go. I was terrified of driving my van over mountains. Terrified. I mean, it's humongous. If you saw the picture of me and Megan, I'll put it up here. You see, it is so much bigger than me. And it's old, and it's very, very powerful. So anyway, I was afraid of doing that, and then I did it, and it was great. Because my truth was to drive to Connecticut. I had to do it. And, you know, I opened up my relationship last year because I am love. I am a being of love, and I can't artificially cut myself off from the rest of the world. Now, that being said, I had to do that, but I have not gone and like slept with other people. And so we are our truth. We have to follow our truth if we want to grow and feel liberated. And again, you don't have to choose that. That's okay. There's nothing saying you have to, but to feel good, that's normally what's required. So there's nothing stopping you from doing that. There is no trick to living your truth. It's all about feeling inside of yourself and feeling like, what am I really feeling called to do right now? Even if it's just to go take a walk to the mailbox. Maybe it is to open up your relationship. Maybe it's to talk to your partner about it. Maybe it's to not live in a big house and to move to a smaller house, or to buy a van and to take a road trip, or to write a book. Only you know that. I mean, you can use intuitive art, you can use just any other tool you have for your intuition, but go there. You don't need outside forces to get you there. You don't need special healing techniques. You don't need special counselors. You can use those to support you, but you don't need it. Nothing is in your way to living your truth. Nothing. And I just want you to know that. I want you to know how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, how filled with love and compassion you are, no matter how you feel. If you feel crappy right now, I get it, but it's not really you. If you feel heavy, it's not yours. You're just taking it on, and it's not helping anybody. And again, there's nothing wrong with any of that. You can do it as much as you want, but if you want to feel good, and if you want to really live into your truth, bring more of your own power down into this dimension, which is really what's going to help a lot more people, this is the way to go. So find out, inquire inside of you, what do I really want right now? And what you want may feel really, really weird or bad. It may make you feel really guilty. Those are all things that you can release, integrate, love, and it's not yours. Okay? It's just conditioning. We need to confront and release or integrate or love away or live inside all the conditioning that's making us feel anything less than divine, perfect beings, because that's what we are. So, this is what came up for me on my trip, and this is what I'm really sinking myself into more and more and more and more and more this year. We don't have training wheels. We really are miracle makers. We really are manifesting all of this. We really, really, really are the remote control. And so, you guys, I love you. If you want more support, I'm available for sessions right now. I'm available for long-term coaching. Get in touch with me, email me, or go to my contact form on my website. I'll put a link to that. And let's get in touch, because I know how challenging this time is, and I know how amazing you are. And if I can help you close the gap just a little bit even, which I do very much, you can have a very different perspective on this world, and things can really change for you very, very, very quickly. So again, you're the instrument, you're the remote control. Take charge of it. Take charge of your thoughts, your vibration, what you're sending out there, and then things will very much change quickly in your outer world. All right, guys. If you have any questions about my journey or about any of this, do let me know. I love answering your questions. If I get a bunch of them, I'll do a Facebook Live video for you. And that's it for now. Lots and lots and lots of love. Rachel Archelaus out.